Facebook, welcome to the Digital Coffee. If it's your first time joining us, you're very welcome. You have landed on the Digital Coffee, which is all the digital marketing and social media news you need to know for your small business. And we've got a huge lineup today. In fact, I was thinking of changing the name. Hey, Kate, thanks for joining. I was actually thinking this week it might not be the Digital Coffee, it might be the Facebook Coffee, because there have been so many Facebook updates in the past week. I do have, hi Naomi, thanks for joining. I do have some other bits and pieces to show you, including, for the first time ever, I'm not even sure if I consider this a network or if I'd ever thought about it being digital marketing before, but it is now. Skype. We're going to talk about Skype. We're going to talk a lot about some additions to Facebook Live. One of them that is quite exciting for a lot of people who may not feel comfortable in front of camera. We've got some Facebook Messenger news related to your Facebook business page. A couple of other bits of Facebook news. There is one Twitter story and one Instagram story, just to break it up a bit as well. I can see quite a few of you have joined me now. It is traditional for us to talk about what we're drinking. So I was up very, very late because I do like watching election coverage. I do like watching election coverage. Hi, Naomi. And last night, I thought, you know, I like the UK election. I don't live there anymore, so whatever happens, it doesn't bother me. You know, that's okay. But what I like about the UK election coverage is it's like as soon as they finish voting they start counting. In Ireland here you have to wait till the next day, and then because of our PR system it takes a really long time to count the votes, so it's like, you know, it's like sometimes it's like a week later and they're still counting things. So anyway, I was up late, hung Parliament, so it made it all that much more interesting, which means I'm a little bit baggy-eyed today, but totally worth it. So long story to tell you that I'm drinking a very big cup of coffee. I can see Kate's got tea. What else do you have? Coffee. I think I'm going to go for another one of those when I finish. Just before I start talking through the news, if you know anyone that would be interested in watching this show, if you know anyone in small business that's interested in updates to social media and digital marketing, please click the share button underneath and share it into your group or onto your page. Lemsip. Oh, Naomi, have you got a cold? I've just got over one, so I do empathise with you. You can share it on your personal feed, or you could share it in a message to someone that you know that would really want to watch it. Right, let's have another look at that board. I'm going to start with Twitter. Let me just grab my notes. Of course, I don't have it open on the right page because that would just be sensible. Okay, Twitter have released some new emoji that you can use on the platform. You may have noticed that when you write a tweet these days, there's a little button you can click to add emoji, and they've added some new emoji there. They're not available to anyone. In fact, if you're a Mac user or an Apple user, they haven't been rolled out to you yet. My virtual assistant, Sian, don't know if she's watching, but she's from Wales, so I think she's going to be particularly delighted. They've added the Welsh flag. They've also added the Scottish flag for all my Scottish friends out there who are probably all like at a conference today, but there you go. Let's have a quick look at some of the emoji. I haven't included the flags, I wasn't able to get them all, but these are some of the new emoji you can now use if you're not a Apple user on your Twitter account. I particularly like this one. Oh, hang on, I can never get it the right way around. I can't even emote this one though. The guy with the monocle in his eye. I need a monocle, I think. I think I'd be good with a monocle. What do you think? There's a little kind of grasshopper, or is he a cockroach? I've never really know what a cockroach looks like. There's my niece's favourite food, broccoli. Unfortunately, they don't use Twitter or any social networks at the moment, so I won't be able to troll them with that. There's a couple of cute dinosaurs. I think these are really cool. How does it affect our digital marketing? Well, emojis are great fun to use. They're a great way if you're speaking to people in other languages to communicate. They're a good way when you're communicating in text. Of course, you can't tell people how you feel. Sometimes people get the tone wrong of what you were trying to say. and emojis can really help enhance that. So they're kind of cool. I'm not sure where Monocle Guy is going to fit in, but I'm definitely going to be using him. I'm going to give Twitter an emoji love heart for that. Thanks, Twitter. And next week, you may see me with the monocle. Just saying. Okay, moving on. We'll look at a bit of Facebook news so that we can mix it up a little bit. So I'll go down to, and you've probably seen this because Facebook's probably been telling you about this. This is on your personal account. Hey, Rebecca, how are you? Oh, where are you in the world that it's Friday night? I thought you were on the same time zone as me. And you've got wine. Now I'm envious. I'm going to wait till tonight, though. I am going to wait till tonight. Right, so you've seen this on your personal profiles. I think eventually they'll roll it out to pages, and I think they're really cool. What am I talking about? I am talking about the fact that you can now add check-ins and status updates to albums, which means you can tell a story through a album, like a photo album. Talking about new emojis on Twitter, thought you'd be interested. Oh, sorry, that was for someone else. Where was I? Oh yes, so this can be telling a story. So say you're at an event, and this is kind of magical because you might remember 2 weeks ago when we did the last show, we were talking about Snapchat and the fact that you could have like a group chat on Snapchat and you could all be at an event sharing the same thing, and it'd be nice to have that event stream. You could actually do that with a Facebook album now. So you could set up an album, you can share it with other people, and they can all add their contributions to it, which will tell kind of a group story. I think it's a lovely idea. I'd love to see it actually rolled out to pages where we could do a little bit more with it. But even from our profiles, if you make the album public, you know, there's a great opportunity there, particularly if you are at events or if you run events, to do something along those lines, or you know, if you're doing something significant within your business, that'll work as well. I did put down that I thought it was like Twitter Moments. I know not many people have used Twitter Moments yet, but I do like Twitter Moments. Like if you wanted to, if you're an election junkie like me and you want to go and look about what happened last night, like a Twitter moment is a really good way to read that, and a Facebook album could serve the same purpose. It's also a bit like, you know, on Instagram you've got the swipe thing where you can add more than one photo, except of course it's harder to add text to that. I do think this will be an excellent tool. Right, Instagram or Skype. Didn't give Facebook a thumbs up for that. I will love it when they move this to pages, so they're getting half a thumbs up. It's like I'm hitching a ride. Facebook, give us this on pages, it would be so cool. Or groups. Ooh, groups. Okay, moving on then. Instagram story ads. I have never run an Instagram story before. Instagram story ad. I have done an Instagram story. So you may have noticed if you watch a lot of stories that now you will see advertising as part of that. So your experience will be interrupted by business advertising. And until now that's been pretty static. You could put up images. They were kind of brand building stuff. You could put up videos, but you couldn't do much with them. They've just introduced this thing called direct response. So now you can have objectives for your Instagram story ad, including download app, sign up to a list, buy, and they reckon there's going to be a lot more objectives coming soon to that. And that's kind of cool because we know in Instagram stories they are beginning to slowly roll out the swipe up bit so that people are able to click links. On the direct response ad, it's the same thing. You swipe up to access the offer, the sign up form, whatever it happens to be within it. I think I like this because one of the things with Instagram is because there's no linking out. I don't know if that's a reason, because I've heard people that get great results with their Instagram ads, but I've just not managed to get that for any of my clients. Maybe it's just the people they're trying to reach. Although we do get click-throughs, they cost a lot more than what we get on Facebook, whereas this is more integral to the way that stories work. So it's going to be interesting to see. And again, I do think it's going to be quite niche if you're in clothing, if you're in the sort of areas that people who look at Instagram stories will buy from. This could be huge. So what will I give that? Thumbs up. What do we think? Give me a thumbs up if you like the idea of the ads in Instagram stories, and a angry face if you don't. I'm going to teeter with my thumb I'm going to put it sideways. Thumbs up for good stories ads. What? Oh, that was a heart, so it's heading towards thumbs up. I'm getting really dark here. It's going to rain now. It was sunny when I started. Angry, so we're going to go back down again. So we're all a little bit. Oh, we got another angry face. Kate, you just went both ways. Did you hit the heart emoji by accident? So okay, I'm going to make you all say like in a little while as well. Otherwise, everyone will think you're angry with my thing. Okay, so we're not happy with this. We don't like this. I do think it could be good for some specific businesses that sell some specific products. So there you go. On to then, who uses Skype? I was going to say hands up if you use Skype. Give me a Y if you use Skype. I'm a big Skype user. I use it as my main phone line for the business so that I can have, yeah, Kate loves Skype. So that I can have it separate to my landline at home. That was always something I wanted. I didn't like people ringing the landline at home for my business because then at the weekend or when you're not working you feel obligated to answer it. So I use Skype for that reason. And I did used to have the app on the phone and eventually I thought, well, I'm not going to use this because I actually divert the Skype to my phone or to Sian's phone, my VA. So usually that's what happens. You ring the Skype number, it goes to Sian. But they just introduced, get this, stories. Basically they're stories to the Skype mobile app. And I thought, oh, this looks interesting. I'll go and give this a try. Now, as you know, I don't use stories that much because they're so time consuming. I feel like I have to put a lot of effort into it. But I thought I'd try the Skype one. In fact, I tweeted about it. I said, oh, look, Skype have, I didn't even include their app name. Skype have a stories function. Maybe I'll download the app again. And you know what? They tweeted me and they said, go on, tell us what you think about it. Well, I knew I was doing this digital coffee, so I downloaded the app and thing is, I don't have it yet. I don't have it yet, so I wasn't able to try it. But let's have a quick look at what it will look like. Let me just get the name. It's called your highlight reel. So basically anyone you're connected to on Skype will be able to see your highlight reel. And in some ways, if you're using Skype personally, you're probably only connected to people on Skype that you would want to share your highlights with, maybe more so than any other network. So this is what it's going to look like. You add things to, oh, that's the Instagram stories thing. You add your moments to your highlight reel and people will be able to scroll through and see them. So it's not progressive, like you don't have to watch one to the other to the other. You can actually I'm lying, it is progressive. You have to watch one after another after another. So you'll be able to see this when you log into Skype on your phone, all the people who shared their highlights. Unfortunately, the version of Skype, which is the newest version of Skype I've downloaded on my phone, doesn't have it, but they do say they're rolling it out to all soon. So I shall be telling Skype off on Twitter later for tweeting me and getting me all excited. Do I like this? I don't know. It makes sense. It's a messaging app. People are still using Skype. It does make sense that if this is the way we're going to start sending messages to each other, that they have it on Skype. As a business, if you use Skype for business, is this the sort of thing you would use? Maybe it is. Maybe you want people to see this information about your business there. Maybe it's the right network for you. Maybe if you're targeting an older population that don't use the likes of Snapchat or Instagram and don't really get Messenger Day, you could use this instead. It might be a good way to reach them. I don't know where I sit on this. I'm going to get the sideways again. We're going loads of sideways. What does anyone else think? Yay or nay? I wait until I try it and then I'll tell you. But I still think, you know, if I am going to use stories, it's going to be on Instagram these days. I don't think I'm going to go anywhere else for it. But I suppose if you were a messaging app, you'd need to keep up. Okay, so a ton of Facebook news. I thought I was going really slowly, but I'm not. I'm going to get through it. A ton of Facebook news today. So the next one, this is kind of interesting for you as a business. Naomi likes it. Okay, that's good. This is interesting for you as a business. Some people are reporting that when you visit a Facebook page, you will, hey Jenny, thanks for joining. When you visit a Facebook page, you will get a notification that the admin of that page is currently active, which means that that person will know if they message you now, they'll get a response, which is pretty big. We use Skype for conference type calls. Never think of it that way. Not sure we need stories on Skype. Different clients maybe. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how it pans out. So this is cool. The first thing to note is don't worry, people won't be able to see who is active. So it's not going to land on my page and say Amanda Webb is active now. It's just going to say an admin is active. So as a customer service tool, I think this is going to be really valuable. People are able to click straight away and make an inquiry if they need to. They don't need to go through the long-winded method of writing something on your page or leaving a message and waiting for a response. So I think this is really good. People are reporting seeing it on a few pages. Not everyone has it yet. The one thing I would like with this feature is, and I've got it here, will it be switch offable? Because just because I happen to be on my Facebook page doesn't mean I'm ready to accept messages. I do have my chatbot that deals with that for me anyway, but I'm just kind of aware that I don't necessarily, we've got a cat joining us, I don't necessarily want everyone knowing when I'm there on my page. I don't know how you feel about that. I do think it's positive though, as a way of dealing with customer service. You're going to get a lot less stuff left on your page and more stuff one-to-one interactions, which can always turn out better than when you're trying to have a public conversation. Next bit of Facebook news. I've got 3 more bits of Facebook news. Actually, I may have 4. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. No, that's okay. Next bit of Facebook news. What do we think of the Messenger thing? I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Yay! Chomsky isn't giving it a thumbs up. She's giving it a no, but I'm giving it a thumbs up. Thanks, Chomsky, for your intervention. One day she'll come on camera with you. Okay, the next one is interesting for all you live streamers out there. Facebook talked about, and we actually talked about it when they announced it, that they were going to be launching live audio. I'm just going to show a Facebook signal for that. Live audio, which means rather than you sitting and watching this, people will be able to broadcast like a live podcast. And I'm sure a lot of people watch live already, or they don't watch it, they just listen to it. I'm sure that already happens. In fact, there was this discussion on Ian Cleary's page the other day about people not committing to watching long form video on Facebook. But do people listen? I think I do. I will put on a live video and go and work away at something else. So this makes sense. It's also great for people who don't want to get in front of camera but are quite comfortable talking. I'm going to link in the below to an example of it that Krishna Day shared last week, which is basically just an image showing with her talking over the top, and it looks kind of cool. So it still has the visual element. It's a bit like the ones that Social Media Examiner put out as kind of using a third-party tool with just the sound over the top but completely integrated. I think this is quite exciting. Just seeing a message from Jerry there. Saw that Facebook message feature this morning. I'd messaged the page 2 days ago, no reply. Went to message them again this morning and there was a green dot in their message button. Well, there you go. There you go. That's interesting. While I'm at it, talking about Messenger, the second thing to do with... I'm going to keep... I tell you, don't stay up all night watching the election and then try and do a Facebook Live, because you'll forget to do the thumbs up. Well done, Facebook. I can't wait for live audio. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it, but I can't wait to listen. Okay, the other Messenger thing that happened is, you know, now there's a lot of options when you post something on Facebook. It used to be just on your page, you used to write your update and underneath there'd be a thing where you could add your location and then you could add emojis to it. What am I doing now? What am I doing now, Facebook? And recently you've been able to tag products. They're adding a new one and some people have got this already, and it's a messenger button. You can add a messenger button to your Facebook update, so that people, instead of just having to like, comment or share, they're able to click that button and start a messenger conversation with you. If you read my blog post about chatbots a few weeks ago, you'll know that this is something, you know, ManyChat can do. You can ask people to leave a specific comment on a post and ManyChat will automatically open a conversation with them. This kind of takes a lot of the having to do that out of it. You can just say click the messenger button below and then you could have your chatbot automate the situation after that. I think it's kind of cool. I do like the idea. Facebook have copped onto the fact that the youth of today are more interested in your private one-to-one messaging than they are in kind of the mass communication method, and they're looking at ways to utilize Messenger for business that is going to buy into that. So I think this is a really positive step. So for once, I know exactly what I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it a yay and a heart. Well done. What do you think? Good? Bad? Indifferent? I like this. Although, of course, as a page admin, this means you're going to have to either set up a Messenger bot that's going to be able to deal with all your inquiries, or you're going to have to make sure you have the time specifically to put into Messenger if you're getting more messages. Means more time consuming for business. Right, let's have a look. Do I have another Facebook logo? I do have another Facebook logo, which must mean more Facebook news. And this is another thing to do with live streaming. It's something I'm hoping I'll be able to integrate once they make it a little bit easier. And it's closed captions for Facebook Live. What does that even mean? Well, if you share video content at all on Facebook, you'll know when you finish creating a video, you can click a button and it will auto caption the video. It's not that accurate. It's not even as accurate as YouTube manages it, particularly when you may stumble over words like me, or if you have any sort of accent. You have to be well posh for it to understand what's going on. However, they are now allowing live closed caption. So captions, basically, that's what it means on your live video. So you won't have to wait until the video's finished to caption it. You'll be able to caption it live. The downside is I can't just click a button here to make it happen. I have to go and hook it up to a closed caption service, a third-party service. This isn't something Facebook are offering themselves. And then I have to broadcast via the live streaming API. So it won't be something I can do straight into my phone for now. Because if any of you have used the Apple Clips, anyone used Apple Clips? It's a little video app that live captions what you're saying. So even though I can't broadcast live from that, I don't need to go and add the captions later. It works out what I'm saying, and it's actually quite accurate. I'd even say it's more accurate than YouTube at picking up what you're saying. So if a technology like that is already available and being used in an app, I don't think it's going to be long before we're able to see that on Facebook Live. And that serves two purposes. It means that it's more accessible for people that are hard of hearing. They'll be able to actually watch the live and understand what's being said, which is great news. And also because we know so many people watch video with the sound down, you'll be able to understand what is being said if you're sitting on a train or a bus and you don't have your headphones with you. I'm really excited about this update. It's so sad that we don't have the integration yet, but when we do, you believe me, you're going to start seeing captions on my videos. I seem to have raced through the news today, and here's the thing. Two things. One, if you want notifications about the next show, go to spiderworking.com/Facebook Live and you can sign up to a list then. You just get an email an hour before I go live to remind you about the show. Second thing, I'm on my holidays next week. I won't be here. Yay! Well, yay! And as much as people have been trying to persuade me that I should go live from my holidays, that's not going to happen. So it'll be 2 weeks until the next live show. So that also means that should be the day that I will be broadcasting live from Sage headquarters in Dublin. It'll be the same show, just a different backdrop, and I'll be broadcasting live on 2 pages. So I hope you'll be able to join me then. Thanks for joining me today, and until then, have a great fortnight. Bye.